Hey, good evening. Welcome to another edition of No Plays on Sports Talk. I am your fabulous host, yours truly, Miss Ballin D. It is a new year, new episode, and a new home. I got to say what's up to my fabulous co-host, Mr. Kev Ray. What's up, Kev?
Ballin, first of all, I miss you.
I miss you too, Kev.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I think our last show was last year, December 7th or so.
Last year?
Yeah. I haven't seen you since last year. Happy New Year to you, Kev, right?
Same to you. Same to you,
Yeah,
Ballin.
I know, right?
I grew hair.
You did. I knew something
Since
was
last
kind of
year,
different.
I grew some hair.
What is that about?
I don't know.
A lot of people, they do the no shave November with the whole beard thing. Are
I
you
did
doing
that
the
too,
no
and then I
haircut
did-
January?
And I still didn't shave.
I see that as well. Any reason behind it? I mean, your Bears, they are out of the playoffs, so that season is over with, so you can't be associating it with anything of that nature. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Well, the Bears are out of the playoff game one. week
Okay,
one.
well, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Is
I
it
mean,
the new
although
year?
they did do good. They did beat San Francisco week one.
Oh, you threw that out there.
Yeah, I put that out there.
You had to make that plain.
Yeah, San Francisco
Yeah,
might
yeah.
be whipping up on some Dallas Cowboys.
You know what? The
This
whole
weekend,
city, I feel like the entire city is
A Cowboy
filled
fan.
with Cowboy fans.
They are.
I'm over it.
I'm telling you, I think I said this earlier. I don't want. It might be some suicides coming up. San Francisco is balling right now.
Yeah, they are playing extremely well, man. San Francisco is, some say they are scheduled to be the new champs.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to get off on that, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
I
Tell
know.
tell everybody where they can find us so we can do what we do. Ball.
Absolutely. We appreciate you all for joining us. We are here live, our new home. We are here hot 702.5 FM.
That's because we hot balling.
Oh, I like that. You were quick on your feet.
Yeah. Ooh,
Did you study that?
No.
We appreciate you all for tuning in with us, rocking with us. I know we've been away for a while. We appreciate your patience with us as we bring you a whole new show and a whole new episode in our new crib, as the youngsters would say. Make sure you still follow us, though, on all our social media platforms, on Facebook and Instagram at No Plays All Sports Talk, and, of course, on Twitter at Plays_off. You can also download the free 99 Hot 702.5 FM app. It is still 99 cents free.
It's free 99.
Free 99. You can download that.
Now that's hot.
That's
as soon
hot.
as I get home, I'm gonna do Kim's phone. I'm gonna download it.
You should have done that already. Just like a man.
I just asked, did they have an app? And she's like, sure we do. I'm like,
Just
okay.
like a man. Yeah, the show that was on previously before us, man. I said you starting a whole lot of controversy on the show before we get in here.
Well, that's what they do here. Huh?
Yeah.
They talk.
Hey, they stay hot.
They don't hold back.
So, of course, you can download that free app. Again, Hot 702.5 FM from the Google Play Store or your Apple Store. As I've been told I need to get my life together and get an Apple, iPhone.
I mean, Team Apple is just the way to go.
Is that what they
There's
say?
nothing else. The rest of them it's first place and then it's last place.
That's what they say.
There's no in between.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Go ahead.
I'm over it.
Ahead.
If you want to join the conversation, we have a great guest, as always, live in studio, man. If you want to join the conversation, you can definitely do that. Phone lines are wide open, 702-551-5261. Again, 702-551-5261. Touching show we have tonight, Kev. I know a lot of times we don't do the whole sensitive things because of sports. We try to be ourselves, but this one, kind of close to the heart, man. Rocked the entire community. For those of you who do not know, if you are in the sports world, and even if you are not in the sports world,
everybody knows.
Everybody knows it's made national news. Kind of close to home to me because this family I've been rocking with since my high school days, and close to my brother of mine.
So we having another guest that's.
Yeah, a little bit.
A
little bit.
No, I'm just
little bit.
I'm not about to go there because of the reason why.
Yes.
But when you told me this, what did I say? Well, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. What do you say, man, in an instance like this? And you talk about a sports show, and you think of excitement, and you think of your favorite team cheering them on. But when you talk about a loss of life at such a young age, 16 years old, what do you say, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I do know this. When my dad passed, it was really hard for me, right? And so I seek some counseling, and they was like, talk about it.
Yes.
Talk about it. Don't hold it
in.
It
helps.
Don't hold it in. Talk
and
about
cry it out.
And man,
crying
you
out.
about to make me cry now, Ballin.
You know, the crazy thing is they say, you know, it comes in threes. And, you know, as I sit here and try to be strong for this individual that we have in front of us, because the phenomenal strength that I don't know that I could make up if a child of mine passed away. But I lost someone very near and dear to me. My godfather passed away over the weekend, man. So
No.
yeah. Yeah, just last night as my family gathered to show some support to the Hughes family, as we walked through the door, they got more devastating news. And I'm like, they say it comes in threes. I don't want the third to come. You can keep that. Hold that. I'm good. But something that our guest said is it's a part of life, man. And you got to find a way to get through it. But it does not get any easier.
It do not. And anyway, just let's introduce them and let them, everybody know what we're talking about.
Take a deep breath.
I don't know about.
We're going to be good, man. We're going to welcome to No Plays All Sports Talk, episode 113, Mr. ENTTRODA Hughes. He is the father of none other than the superstar, the angel, Miss Ashari Hughes. As we know, she's a 16-year-old superstar flag football player that passed away suddenly here a couple weeks ago here in Las Vegas. ENTTRODA, man, thanks for joining us on the show. Appreciate you for taking the time to join us.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring you on the show, and at any point, if this gets too tough for you and too emotional for you, with all due respect, I do just let us know. But I thought I think it was inviting for you to come on the show because we've seen the public memorials that have been had at Centennial High School, at Desert Oasis High School, but to hear firsthand from the father who's experiencing this and some of the unanswered questions. I know there's some reports who said, you know, this and that, but to hear exactly from you and this family of how you're dealing with this, how you want to thank the community with the tremendous support that has come in, and just express yourself for the love that you receive for your baby.
Most definitely. I'm here for everything you need to know, every question that anybody has. I'm gonna do my best to answer everything that you know that's up in the air right now.
So your daughter, Ashari Hughes, of course, 16-year-old superstar football player, was attending Desert Oasis High School as she transferred from Centennial. Was in a flag football game, something that you all say she loved to do. Where did that love come from, and how did she pick up the football?
Well, it started with her brother. Her brother was playing Pop Warner, and I remember one practice she comes and says, "Hey, Dad, I want to play football. I want to play with my brother." I'm like, "Nah, Princess, we can't do that. We're not gonna put you in Pop Warner football." And she was like, "Why not?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's just not." My opinion was it's just not for you at this moment. And she was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "So you sure you don't want to play volleyball, soccer? Yeah, you don't want to do anything like that?" She said, "Nope. If I can't play football, I don't want to play nothing." So at the end of the day, she waited and waited and waited for her opportunity that came, which she attracted to herself when she got to Centennial. And lo and behold, that they got a flag football team, and that was the first thing she did was go and try out for the flag football team. Made the football team, and we just have history from there. You know, she did what she accomplished. When she wants something, she definitely strives to get it, and that was one of the things that she definitely got.
Yeah, something I noticed though here in this town, flag football, girls flag football is picking up. It's becoming
popular.
A big sport, definitely. So the girls can play it. But in this case, this was so heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, it was
and my prayers was out, dude.
Thank you.
And I didn't even know
ENTTRODA.
Her, I didn't know you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, how
as
many
a human
people,
being, yes.
How many people that was here in this town that was praying that didn't know her, because this was huge. This was all over every station. If I knew, Ballin, that you knew them, I would have called you like, Ballin, do you know what's going on?
Yeah, it's, you know, when I initially saw the news, I was on Facebook and I was scrolling, and a mutual friend of ours had made a post about a young lady losing her life at the football game, and I saw a picture of the ambulance, and there was no news of actually who it was, but the next morning, I put two and two together from another mutual friend of ours, Big Country. He had posted a photo. He said, "Rest in peace to my baby." And immediately my heart dropped. I'm like, oh no, because I knew she did play flag football. I'm like, You got to be kidding me. So I immediately, knowing the relationship that Troda has with my brother, I immediately texted my brother and said, please tell me that Troda's daughter didn't pass away. He was asleep at the time, didn't really know. Later on, he ended up getting the news, and I was just like, oh my
So it made
God.
a big thing, yeah. Oh, man. Big country, beautiful guy.
Good people,
good
man.
Guy. Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah.
Good people.
Most definitely.
So in this, of course, there's been several, tributes. Gorman,
Yes.
they made a big tribute to her.
That was a good one.
That was a nice one, and they've created this hashtag Do It for Ashari 7.
Yes.
How has that helped you guys and given you some strength to pull through and seeing the love of the city pouring in? I know you guys had a GoFundMe that exceeded your goal twice,
Yes.
but how has that helped you guys get through this terrible time?
Man, you have no idea. It did amazing things to help us continue to move forward with the strength that we have. I don't know how I would have did it without the community, without my friends and then the people who come, Ballin, everybody that showed their love and that keep us up and check on us is the reason why me and my family can stand so strong amongst such a hard time, and I'm just grateful. I'm thankful and grateful.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Yeah. They say girl dad, when you're a special individual when you become a girl dad, man. And
yeah.
I'm sure that had to be something special for you, and to see
really
and hear the testimonies of how great she was, on the field. How great of a daughter she is, but
Definitely.
to hear from other strangers to talk about how much of a phenomenal star she was on the football field.
That part right there was most encouraging, most pride. Like I tell a lot of people, how could I be so sad and proud at the same time? I'm more proud than sad because she has friends that she inspired to come play flag football. It was girls that was telling me like, I wasn't even going to try. I wasn't even going to play, but it's because of Ashari that I came. So, at the end of the day, it just lets me know that I was on the right path with her.
For sure.
Everything that I instilled into her was taking hold to. I used to think you go in one ear out the other. You know how I go with kids.
They don't listen.
Dad,
Especially
dad.
girls do.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
my
So I used to
know.
think it was going, but at the end of the day, now I see that
Yeah.
it really was sticking, and that's the part right there. Like I said, is what's helping us get through a lot of it all of who we raised, and it just stands out.
Yeah. So of course the coroners did say, she did die of natural causes. And again, if this becomes too much for you in the conversation, please, with all due respect, let us know.
No, go ahead.
They say that she died of heart complications. Of course, she received some CPR on the field.
Yes.
But the disappointing part about all of this is they say that the AED equipment on the football field wasn't operable at the time.
Yes. That's
What?
that's the story that I'm hearing also. But it definitely is one of them situations where you have to think about what happened, what went on, and I definitely want to understand. I want everybody to understand and get it out there that so if the heart complications was something that was very new to us,
right?
We had an incident before when she was at Centennial, when she first started playing. She got past that incident. She got cleared to play. She finished out the season. Everything was fine. Then when she started with DO, we started having more complications, and that's when we took it to a cardiologist. The cardiologist cleared her to play also. What we did get back from the coroner was that was a birth defect, is what they're saying. But out of her 16 years, we never, ever, 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 ever had a problem with this. It was once she started playing football, and I just don't want to get into that situation of the shot.
Yes.
Had something to do with it, which I understand this is the biggest topic of the whole situation.
So was she vaccinated?
Yes, she was.
Okay.
She was vaccinated. She had got vaccinated like around the time that a lot of stuff was starting to happen.
Okay.
She had COVID. She got through COVID. She got through everything. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she had COVID twice.
Wow.
And she got through both of them. So it's just bizarre to me that, what was told to me was something that wasn't found, even though they say it's super duper duper rare and hard to find. So I don't question it anymore. I just kind of sit back and have an understanding that we have to go through the process of finding out what really happened.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
And that's the biggest thing that's going through our heads right now as a family, is to make sure that we have an understanding.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Besides that, it was, like I said, it was no previous, no birth from birth, no problems, no nothing. It wasn't until she started playing football, and everybody would say, oh yeah, maybe because she's playing football, she's straining herself. But my princess was always active, always running, always playing, always dancing, always, you know, and this wasn't something that was an issue until we started playing football. So I don't question it. You know, I just move forward and just have an understanding of the situation, and hopefully we get more understanding of the situation.
For sure.
The biggest thing that I want is for everybody to understand that we just have to be better prepared for these situations. Absolutely. Because it is happening with multiple schools and multiple students, multiple young people, multiple sports players around the world. It's not just here. It's professional. It's professional every sport. You know, everything. So you definitely we have to keep an eye on it, and I hope to God that this bring awareness to people to have an understanding and see little symptoms, little signs, small things that maybe you would take for granted.
For sure.
You know, but at the end of the day, it really does be a big thing. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And the good thing is as you know, to play sports, you are required to get a sports physical.
Yes.
But this isn't something when you think of a heart condition, you think of an EKG, things of that nature. That's not something that you're required to get as part of the sports physical. So there's no signs, or there's no way that you could have known prior to that.
Especially
this could have been an issue.
You know,
Yeah.
You just think. Now let me ask you. I know when they playing football, like tackle, there's an ambulance on the field or there, right? So you're saying they were there, but they wasn't prepared for this? Is that?
Well, that's a sensitive subject because of everything that's going on. But no, there was not an ambulance on the field. They do have a sports trainer, someone there, and at the end of the day, like I said, I first off want to give thanks to her and the other people that tried, that did the best that they possibly could do.
Yeah.
Circumstances made it very difficult.
It was very cold and rainy on this day as well.
Yes. So what I'm understanding is EKG wasn't sticking, but EKG did work.
Okay.
At one point, once they did get it, and she did. When I made it to the field, she was coherent. She understood her name.
Wow.
She understood where she was from. It wasn't until from the field to the hospital where things went left. You know, so by the time we got to the hospital, things had already was going kind of downhill from there. You know what I'm saying? So it's very different. You know, it's very different. It's a lot to take in. I have no blame on anyone at all, and I don't want anyone to think that I have a blame on anyone. You know, my father told me in my heart to be strong and have an understanding of what was going on. So I have, and that's the reason why I can stay here and be strong and make sure my family is strong amongst all the controversy and the stuff that's going on.
Well, the good thing that has come out, we saw in the last couple of days over the news, is they are making some changes to the parks, Clark County Park and Recreations. They have required now that the AED defibrillators are available at all sporting parks and all local parks here locally. So there's some positive news that has come out of this very unfortunate situation.
So your angel changed things, man.
Yeah, that's still making a change, man.
At the end of the day, that's the things I'm thankful for. That's what I want. I don't want no one to ever go through this no more if we can help it. You know, I don't understand. I don't have an understanding of what it is, so I just don't want to question the things that's going on. I just want to change things that could be changed. You know, if I can make it safer, if she can make it safer just a little bit, like you said, one machine everywhere, whatever they're going to do, whatever changes that they're going to make, that's the goal that I'm hoping to reach, that she's set for us or for everyone else to reach, to help the next person. And if you know my princess, and if you read the stories of who she was, it was all about helping the next person. Yeah. So she's continuing to help people. And at the end of the day, how many lives those AED machines are going to save, yes, or how many things that's going to change is a part of us now, and yeah, we're happy and proud of those things.
Yeah, and like you said, it's not just something that's happened within our youth. Of course, another young male here at another school locally, he also passed away from a sudden cardiac arrest. But the incident that happened for DeMar Hamlin, professional football player, and you talk about life and death within seconds, within minutes. I mean, some say that he actually passed away on the field.
Yeah, they say he passed.
Yeah,
they worked hard to bring him back.
Yeah, in which his purpose wasn't done yet, but as we know, Ashari's purpose was well served, and as my elders say, take your rest, job well done.
Yes, definitely. When it comes to that, me and my family definitely. How can I word this? We definitely, if we had any questions about anything, me personally, I'm not going to put everyone else into it. Me personally, if we had the professional staff that he had, if we had the awareness and the people that was around like he had, would it have been different?
I think so.
And so at the end of the day, I can't question those types of things, but it is something that sits in the back of my head that, hey, maybe if she was in a different situation similar to his, that maybe things would have been different,
Right.
So I just move forward, and I leave those types of things to be settled behind me and move forward,
It's incidents like this, and I know we can be talking about two different scales, but we talk about the HBCU thing with Deion Sanders and now former player Mr. Ed Reed, how he's come out and recently said that he agrees with Deion Sanders that the HBCU lacks finances and financial support and the facilities that the other schools and the power schools that they get. Although it's two different playing fields, but we talk about the advantage versus the disadvantage.
Oh, yes.
And, in situations like this, a pro athlete, but we should be always protecting our babies, our kids. We should always, those are resources that should always be available.
Yes, most definitely. I agree.
And we already knew, Deion was telling the truth. That's why Deion moved on so he can make $7 million a year. But this is totally different here, because this hit our community.
For sure.
Hard. Like
it did, definitely.
I was like, no, Ballin, what? I was like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I still don't. I don't even, I want to hug this man. I want to touch him,
I appreciate it.
I don't, man.
That right there is the stuff that gives me the strength to sit here and be able to talk to you guys now. And it does touch. It has a sensitive subject with us because my princess definitely was getting letters from colleges, and she definitely wanted to go to a HBCU. But this was the problem with HBCUs; they never offered it as a scholarship. It was only as a
partial academic.
Not even partial. No academics. It was a I don't know what to call it. Like
extracurriculum.
That. Like the only colleges was big colleges, Kansas and these other big colleges was offering full scholarships or half scholarships for women's flag football. And at the end of the day, that's another thing that I hope that we can change, because a lot of these girls have understanding, in HBCU, because of Deion Sanders and what he has going on, has brought a lot of attention to HBCUs, so a lot of these girls definitely want to go to these schools, and they definitely want to play flag football, have good scholarship, have a scholarship to go to these schools. And I'm hoping that that's another thing that can change. Maybe we can get enough funding for our HBCUs to fund these girls to play,
I think the conversation for equal opportunity for the young girls is well overdue. As we know, a couple weeks ago, we covered the Super 16, the NCAA gymnastic events, in which Fisk University, HBCU, made history as being the first HBCU team to compete in gymnastics. And now Talladega, they're also going to be joining as well. So I think the conversation is at the forefront of giving these HBCUs the same opportunity that you give these other schools who have that more funding.
Yes.
But we got to have these conversations, and we have to have those who talk the talk, put the money where your mouth is.
Yes, definitely. The leaders of our communities, the people that's in position of power.
Yes.
Whether it's financially or just the word, just you have a following, you have an understanding. They have to continue to push and push and push and push until we start seeing these changes.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like us in our community, it's something that we see every day. It's not something that's just going to shoot to the moon and take off. It's just not going to be super big. It's going to be a slow progression of everything that goes on. And I just hope that we and everyone else in position of power continue to push this issue about getting our kids into these HBCUs by any means necessary.
Sure.
Here's the problem, and that's the key right there. I ain't mad at Deion, so if anybody say Kevin says something about Deion, I ain't mad at him. He did what he had to do.
Absolutely.
And I probably would have did the same thing. But it's our sons.
Yes.
It's our sons that's going. It's our African-American male sons that's going to help out Coach Saban win championship.
Yes.
Them kids go to black schools, to the HBCs, then we can beat them. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's say let's take like Sweet Lou. He's a Grambling man.
Yeah.
If our kids go to Grambling and when we start beating Alabama, that's when the money gonna start coming.
Absolutely.
So they got so much money to throw away. We don't have it.
We don't have it.
But our kids is going there to help him
Being used
get it.
to get the money, and we don't get any of it.
None.
That's the big problem.
And they just go in there and then NFL draft from there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe we get a few out of the HBCUs, but it's gonna have to start there. Look, I don't have my son's 35, 40 years old now.
Yeah.
It's going to be the generations below us
For sure.
that have to bring this on. It ain't happening.
The great grandkids,
Yeah.
the grandkids, and
Yeah.
the great grandkids.
It ain't happening now.
But we had the conversation when it happened when we were having conversations about there was no NFL scouts even giving HBCUs a scouting days because they were like, for what?
Right.
And then there was the draft where there was no HBCU players drafted at all.
Remember that one?
Yeah. How can that be? Really?
Yeah, that's like I
That's
said.
tough.
It is. It's
Yeah.
definitely tough.
Yeah. But we talk about community and the love and the responsibility and putting the money where the mouth is. What message, Mr. Hughes, do you want to share to the entire Las Vegas community? As we talked about it earlier, you all had a GoFundMe, another conversation in which, we, especially in the black community, life insurance, as sensitive as that is, that's a conversation we don't have, and it happens so often here in the black community. I don't know if we're afraid to have that conversation, if it's a myth, if you have the conversation, someone passes away, but it's a responsibility that we as the black community, we let fall by the wayside. And you talk about being prepared. You can never be prepared for that. But I'm so gracious to my foundation that, instilled that in me in an early age to know the responsibilities and the value of having life insurance. But this community stepped up and is going to give this family an opportunity to send Ashari away in a nice way. What message of thanks do you want to give to the community for showing up for your family?
Thank you. At the bottom of my heart, it's truly has been amazing, and it's no words can explain it. The best way I told a lot of my friends and family and the people that was close to me, everyone comes to me and say, there's no words that I can say. There's no words that I can say to change what you do. But at the end of the day, coming to and being there with the support, the community and the support changed that. They gave me that peace of mind to understand. So if we as a community, if we can't do anything, we have to stick together. We have to figure out how we can help with these types of things, because I couldn't imagine stressing out about paying for all of this stuff together. Yes, I am one of the victims of not making the best decisions on life insurance. So at the end of the day, that is one of the things that I really want anybody and everybody from our community, our city, and everywhere else, just every color, every race, anything. You have a child that plays sports, you have a child that is very active, we have to have these insurances on them. We have to be covered for bad situations like this, because you never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
And Ashari's, passing is in a rare incident that happened, but simply as having medical insurance, how getting the physicals, and if you sprain an ankle, if you sprain a wrist, of things of that nature, the importance and value of just having the medical insurance. I mean, like I said, a conversation that we steer away from, and it's a stigma of that we get, but something sure, again, the change that Ashari is making, even in that, making families aware of the value of being prepared for a situation like this, unfortunately.
And when we say prepared, a lot of families and people that have kids that play sports, that's into sports and doing the things, whether it's pee-wee all the way up to high school, it definitely is a weak topic. It's something that's not addressed, and at the end of the day, we definitely have to address it, and we have to continue to move forward, whether it's help with the community, because getting out the outlets that can help all of these families be able to have these insurance, and even if they can't afford it, we need to figure out ways for, it's like pretty much, I feel like if you play a sports, you should have an insurance. Like it should be part of, just like a physical. Absolutely. As much as you have a physical, you should be able to not be able to play sports until we figure out, or you or the family figure out, how to have an insurance on that child or your children that's playing sports, whether it's you providing the insurance or you're getting help from the community to get these insurance. And that's one thing that I'm definitely advocating for and pushing for.
I'm not sure. I'm 100% sure in high school to play sports you have to have health insurance. I don't know about life insurance. My son couldn't play unless he had here in Las Vegas.
I don't know if it's a requirement from parents.
Oh no, it's required.
From my understanding, for me, it wasn't something that was brought to our attention to have. Like, they didn't say, oh, because you don't have a medical insurance, you can't play. Right. You can't play football. Right. Now, I don't know if it's because it was flag football. Maybe that's something that's a lighter topic right now compared to,
it could be,
back in the day.
Football,
back in the day, like the bone games, like being in Vegas.
Yeah.
But I've always been in Little League a long time. I was in Little League. You couldn't play Little League without having insurance.
Interesting.
See, that's something that
I've never coached Pop Warner
But if they did make that, we talk about the disadvantages again, because a lot of our young star athletes who come from the inner city, family don't have the opportunity and don't have that type of resource.
I tell you what it did. This is not the God truth. It made me get a real job. Because I was driving limos, and my sons wanted to play. They really good athletes. Yeah. I had to get a real job, so they got me insurance.
Yeah. Yes. So have you guys had an opportunity to put a memorial service together for Ashari? And if so, what are the details on that? Is it open to the public, or what's the latest on that?
It's definitely open to the public. We are having her memorial service Saturday the 21st. We are having a video and photo viewing.
Okay.
From 10 to 11. And from 11 to 12, we will have the service. And after the service, we will be going to Palms East to lay her to rest in her final place. A lot of details is still being worked out until Saturday, so we know for a fact the information I just gave you now is definitely solid. Nothing's changing from that right there. Now, after everything, repast and where everybody meet is still kind of
being developed.
Yes. So, but yes, it is open to the public. Anybody that wants to support, we hope that you come down and support, and just come down and just see the life of Ashari, who she was, the impact that she made, on the community and our community, and hope to see everyone there.
So speaking of Ashari and the life of Ashari, if you can describe your princess in one simple word that would describe her and give us a big light on who she was outside of the football star of who she was, how would you describe your princess?
I'm gonna go kindness and driven. You know, very, very, very open-hearted, very kind. You know, literally willing to give her shirt off her back to the next person. Driven. There's nothing that she did not want to do. AB honor roll.
Nice.
All from elementary school all the way up, even right now before she passed in high school. AB honor roll, all AP classes. So just driven. Anything she wanted, she wanted football. And when I tell you she wanted football, she literally did. I tried to put her in softball. I tried to put her in soccer. I tried to put her in volleyball, basketball. She didn't want have to do with any of it. She just kept saying, Dad, if I can't play football, I don't want to do anything. And like I said, when she wanted something, she got it. So first day of high school at Centennial, flag football, she was there on it. She got exactly what she wanted. So like I said, you know, driven, definitely driven, you know.
Kind and driven.
Yeah. Definitely.
Kindness is free 99. It costs you nothing to be kind. And if we could spread more kindness in the world and individuals like Ashari in the world, can you imagine how phenomenal the world could be if we lived in a world that spread love?
Yes, definitely.
And I just met this man a few minutes before the show, right?
Literally.
Yes. And I know you call her the princess, right?
Yeah, that's my princess, definitely.
I'm gonna tell you this, dude. Angel is haven't gained an angel, so
sure.
I'm calling her Angel, and
Yes.
I know, dude, that because I have a daughter, dude, and
know.
my job in life was to protect my daughter. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
My son's job was to protect his sister.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yes.
And the apple don't fall from the tree by meaning I'm a good judge of character off back, dude. So
thank you.
I could tell it was all love.
Definitely.
Man.
I greatly appreciate that. I did the best I can for her to show her that Dad had her back no matter what. Good, bad, ugly, you know, hard times, good times. Luckily, we didn't have a lot of hard times, you know, when it came between me and her, and she listened. That's what she listened. That's it. She listened.
Yeah.
I set her on the path and said, "Hey, Princess, go down this road." And she said, "All right, Dad."
That's all you want. As a parent, is you set the foundation and you give them the tools and the resources to fly high. And when you hear the stories of the coaches, the teachers, the rivalry football players, and the city, and you hear these phenomenal stories of how great of a person she was, that has to bring some type of peace to know, damn, we did a good job in spite of the situation. We met our goal of setting a foundation to set our kids up for success.
Most definitely. I feel like it was our father's way of showing me and her mom that we were on the right path, you know, and we're just grateful for, like I said, everything, mostly for the community and the outreach and the love that we got. That held us up and my family up more than anyone can imagine.
For sure.
You know?
We appreciate you all, of course, from all of us here at Hot 702.5 FM, and of course, No Plays All Sports Talk. We send our condolences to you and your entire family. And on Saturday, we're going to wrap our arms around you and the family again and spread some more love. And we're going to put our sevens up.
Again, boss?
Absolutely. So the memorial service is going to be this Saturday at New Bethel Baptist Church. That's on the corner of D Street and Washington. The memorial service is video and picture services from 10 to 11 a.m. And the actual service is going to be 11 a.m. to 12 noon. It is open to the public. The family is welcoming the public to share in the memorial celebration. We'll also post that on all of our social media platforms as well. So, again, our condolences and our heart go out to you and your family.
Thank you.
God never places a period, a question mark where he places a period for sure. We know God only takes the best, and Ashari was one of the best, man, and she's going to watch over you and your family. And
you got a good soldier.
Yeah, for sure. Kev, man, you want to lighten the room, talk about some sports a little bit? We got some time left.
All right, Mr. Hughes going to hang out with
you?
I'll hang out.
You can talk sports.
So I do have one extra thing to say.
All right, go ahead,
what I do understand is she went to Centennial and Desert Oasis.
Yes.
On the 23rd, Centennial plays Desert Oasis.
23rd of February, January.
January.
Right after 23rd.
So, and from what I'm understanding, Nike and the Raiders are sponsoring special jerseys for this game.
Okay.
It's going to be a tribute to her. and what's going on, and anybody that's want to support, I would love to see everyone out there to support this game and what's going on.
So it's January 23rd, Desert Oasis versus Centennial.
Yes.
Is it,
what time?
Where? We'll find the information. We'll post it.
If we can post it, we'll definitely get it posted. I know I'm gonna post it on my page.
Okay.
If any of my friends, yes, we'll get it out there. Yes,
that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, we'll get
game. Nice. That's what's up, man. So we got a little time to talk some football. I know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, we know the home here at Hot 702.5. We know they're a bunch of Cowboy fans.
Well, not a bunch. It's just
in here.
one.
I mean, everyone that makes decisions are Cowboy fans. But
I heard Galaxy Glenn on the radio talking crazy,
everyone.
talking mess.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right, here we go.
So the Cowboys, though, they do have their hands
in the
field coming up
Yeah.
this weekend. They're going to be taking on the 49ers,
but,
man.
But let's go back to that game.
Let's go back to the game.
What was
They
that?
beat
Sunday
the
night,
Bucks.
Monday night.
Yes.
The Cowboys did what they had to do.
They stepped up.
Although the punter, the kicker was shaving points.
Yeah, one job.
You never miss four.
What was the
Yeah.
final?
I wouldn't miss four.
Not four.
I wouldn't miss four.
You got one job. Kick the
I
ball.
would make three with no shoes on.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. But no one expect the Cowboys to beat the Bucks down the way they did.
But Ballin, you got to give them credit.
You
the
do.
Cowboys played a horrible
played
game
nice.
last week, right?
Week before.
And they came out and did what they were supposed to do. And I said this: if Dak Prescott played a game that he can play, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to be in for a big loss.
And they were in trouble.
And Tom Brady is through. The one thing I want,
He was exposed.
I want Tom Brady to go to the Raiders. I'm so tired of it.
You want Tom Brady to go to the Raiders?
Because listen, he's through. Look at
So don't give them to the Raiders, though.
No, the Raiders.
You can't
That's
stand the
all
Raiders
you can
either,
hear.
yeah.
Because Carr's gone. Carr's
Carr's
out.
out. Yeah.
That's all you hear. Oh, Tom Brady going to the Raiders. Ballin. You know, I've watched from bell to bell.
I know.
That man missed about 6 balls that fell in front of his receivers.
Yes, definitely.
He threw 3 into the ground. He should have got intentional
Drilled,
ground.
yeah.
He should have got intentional grounding twice that he didn't.
Yes.
And then the one bomb that he tried to throw was way over his man's head.
overhead. Yeah, he threw
This
a lot
man
over, too.
is through. Tom Brady is through in football. He should have quit when
You said that alone. You said that from jump.
And so the Raiders, all you hear now is, "Oh, Tom Brady's coming." I want him to come. This is going to be the most embarrassing thing that the
He's
Raiders.
saying that with his
ever
chest. He
did.
mean that. He mean that.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There's nothing nobody can tell me. I watch these games, and
If he's washed up, I don't want him to come to the Raiders.
No, not definitely.
But is he really done? I mean,
he's washed up.
Okay.
In my
Well,
opinion,
well, you gonna
don't
stick
get
to
me
that.
wrong. He's still good,
Of course.
but he's not good enough to go to the playoffs.
He's not the old Tom Brady that we're all used to, the GOAT, as they say.
What you all got to understand too, Tom Brady's always played in a weak division. He's always played in. He played when
that's how he
Buffalo
got there
when
this
Buffalo
year.
couldn't win a game. He was in the division with right. Then he goes to Tampa Bay and went to the playoffs with an 8-9 record.
Yes.
Think about that.
Squeak by.
Think about that.
Yeah. So who you taking in that game? You taking the Cowboys? You taking 49ers in that game?
This is going to be hard.
That's going to be a tough one.
The thing is, I think I'm going to have to go with the 49ers, and I'll tell you the reason why. The 49ers is playing some good ball.
Yes.
They are.
Purdy done stepped up.
Solid.
And listen, they could say what they want. They got lucky with Purdy. Because if Purdy was
still,
that good,
yeah.
if he was that good, he'd have been playing before
that,
Garoppolo.
for sure.
Right? Garoppolo, and then they wouldn't have picked Young to play.
But it's
at the
always
beginning
next
and he
man
got
up.
hurt the first year.
Next man up.
Purdy's playing good.
He is.
And the best decision they got is
McCaffrey.
when they got Caffey. What's his name?
McCaffrey.
They got him in midseason.
Yes.
That helped them
Definitely.
to get to where they are, and I think it's going to be hard to bring them down.
Yeah. And Trotter, who you take, man? You take the Cowboys, you take the 49ers.
And they at home.
They are. They
So,
are.
They at home.
This is my dilemma. I'm a bettor. I'm sorry. So,
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I like that. I like that.
when you bet, you can't have a favorite team.
No, you don't.
You can't have a favorite. But
You can have
I'm
a
a Las
favorite team.
Vegas native.
Right?
And once we got the Golden Knights was our first professional team.
Absolutely.
But when we got the Raiders, it was amazing to me. Like I have no choice. I have no choice but to root for the Raiders.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure you do, but go ahead.
I know we have a big grudge against the Niners.
Yes.
I know it's a big rivalry there, but my son, both of my sons, I'm sorry, is Cowboy fans. Big Country, my
Cowboy
stepfather,
fan, yes.
big Cowboy fan. You know, so my whole family is rooting for the Cowboys, but I see the Niners standing up.
I see the Niners taking the dub.
Yeah, I do. I see them standing up.
I'm
That's a huge moneymaker for the NFL as well.
I want to get back. You can have a favorite team, but don't bet on it.
Don't bet with your heart is what they say.
I don't bet. That's one thing I don't bet. I don't bet on the Raiders at all. I don't care what I think I know. I don't care what stats I get. I don't care what.
So you don't bet on the Raiders?
It don't matter if you did, because you would have lost a lot of money if you did.
You know what? The disrespect in this room, I swear. I'm looking for a new co-host.
You saved me some.
Saved a lot of money. So I'm a Bear fan. So when I do my picks, I never pick them.
Okay.
I never put them in the picks.
I don't
you would have
blame
lost a
for
lot of
betting
money
with the
too.
Bears anyway.
I would have bet them to lose because I knew what they were doing. I knew what they was doing.
Immediately. So we're all in
They
agreement
were going for the number one pick and they got it.
They got it.
And right now, I would trade it if I had it. Go ahead.
We're all in agreement. We like the 49ers over the
49.
Cowboys. And
I don't even know what the point spread is. That's the point. But it don't matter. I'll take
it don't matter. Cincinnati and Buffalo. Buffalo is playing well. Cincinnati squeezed their way in. I like the Bills on that. I think the Bills will play. Josh Allen will play good enough, and the Bills can move the ball good enough that I think the Bills will pull out that win.
So you know my theory about how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row.
Yes.
And then Tom Brady messed that theory up. But I still go with it's doubly hard if you went to the Super Bowl to come back. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I see where you're going.
Look at the Rams, who won the Super Bowl last year, didn't even make the playoffs.
Didn't even, yeah.
Think about that.
Man, that was a big disappointment for the sports community, or at least the Rams fan, that they did not.
So I'm gonna go with Buffalo, Ball.
You gonna take Buffalo? Trotta?
Man, I see the Bengals
Ooh.
getting hot at the right time.
Ooh,
They
and that's
did
what
that
it's
last
about.
year, though. They did that
That's what
last
it's
year. They
about,
can't do it
too.
2 years in a row.
But they made it all the way to the Super
They
Bowl.
did.
Interesting.
They
So you
got
know,
hot at the right time.
at the right time. So
Okay.
I'm going. I'm going to take. I'm going to take the Bengals, man.
The Bengals.
Okay,
I'm
go
going to
ahead,
take
Bob.
them.
All right. The next one with the Jaguars and the Chiefs. Now, I thought the Jaguars were out of it last week. I thought that game was over. I thought they lost. I'm like, they won?
That was an amazing comeback.
That was a nice comeback. Now they meet the big dogs.
I
Big
think
dog.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I think the Jaguars is through.
Yeah, I would agree. I couldn't agree more.
Let me tell you something. It could be an upset. If this is the upset, this will be the upset of the century.
Yeah, it definitely
I
will.
think Mahomes is about to show
Yeah.
who the real quarterback
Yeah,
is in the league.
I'm taking the Chiefs all the way on that game.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Ballin. I'm definitely rolling with the Chiefs on that one.
Yeah, I take the Chiefs. And the last one we have the Giants and the Eagles. No one really saw the Giants making their way through, but they made some noise late in the season when it counted, and they snuck their way in as well. I still gonna take the Eagles, man. I think the Eagles will play good enough to pull that game out.
I think the Eagles was fool's gold all year. But I don't think. But I don't think the Giants.
Giants aren't strong enough.
I think they got lucky last week. They play good though. I'm going to take the upset. Give me the Giants.
You gonna take the Giants?
Give me the Giants.
I didn't
Upset.
see that one
Interesting.
coming. I didn't see that.
Upset, baby.
All right, Trotta, who you like, man? You like the Giants or you like the Eagles?
The Eagles has definitely been playing good football.
They have.
They
They
definitely have. I'm going with the Eagles. Just to keep it short and simple, I'm going with the Eagles. I just don't think the Giants got enough power to continue, enough offense to keep up.
I couldn't agree more.
Don't forget, it's got to be an upset this week. It's got to be an upset.
We'll see.
You're right about that one,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Let's see where the money go. That's where the upset
that
going to be.
Switching over WNBA, of course, the big announcement that happened this week, the WNBA All-Star Game is returning to Las Vegas. It's going to be happening on Saturday, July the 15th. Of course, they're going to have their skills challenge and three-point contest happening that Friday, July 14th. Tickets officially go on sale tomorrow. You can purchase them at AXS.com. So kudos going out to the WNBA. This is the third time that the Las Vegas Aces are actually hosting the All-Star Game. So that's some exciting news. Some trades that have happened in the WNBA that we didn't see happening. Some shakeups in free agency. Former MVP Jonquel Jones. She is heading to New York to join Sabrina Ionescu and the New York Liberty in a 3-trade deal. So that was some huge news. Also, Jasmine Thomas of Connecticut. She's also going to Los Angeles. And just happened today, Alicia Gray, she's going to be heading to the Atlanta Dream. So
it's starting
to shake up. Some say Brianna Stewart could be heading to New York to join that. Now, if that happened, that's going to be unfair on paper for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be cold.
Yeah, so we'll see.
On paper.
We'll see how that all plays out. So we're excited for the WNBA All-Star Game to return here to Las Vegas. Some sports happening locally. Shout out to our UNLV Lady Rebels. They remain undefeated in conference play. They are 7-0, 17-2 overall. Shouts out to Desiree Young. She won Mountain West Conference Player of the Week honors again.
They tried their best to hold her down.
They couldn't do it.
They tried their best. They was giving her fouls that wasn't fouls.
She's beasting.
To me, they should have been fouls on the other person they was giving her.
Yes.
But she had to ride the bench early in the game and then late in the game.
Yeah.
But
she's dominating.
The rest of the Lady Rebels had her back.
She is dominating. Definitely. So they're going to head on the road. They'll be back in action versus UNR here in Las Vegas at the Cox Pavilion, January the 28th. 2 p.m. is game time. Our UNLV running Rebels, man, they have lost their third game in a row. Ugly upset against Colorado State at the Thomas and Mack. That was a bad loss for UNLV. They lost versus Utah State a couple nights ago.
But see, they got in that conference. It's a totally different
ball game. Yeah. They are 2 games out of last place in the Mountain West Conference. Wow. They're 1-5 in conference play.
After
12-6
winning all
overall.
those games,
yes.
After all those games out of conference, they just dominated.
That's not good. That's not good. Some positive news. Shouts out to UNLV Dance Squad. They are the latest champions on campus. They won the Division I Game Day Hip Hop and Dance Group NCAA Championship over the weekend in Orlando. They scored a 99.1, which is the highest Division I hip hop score in program history. So kudos going out to UNLV Dance Squad.
History, huh?
Yeah.
Did you fly out there for it, Ball?
I would. Did you see the routine? It was fire.
It was nice.
It was dope.
I watched it.
It was dope.
It was nice.
Yeah, so kudos going out to them. Some community events that are happening around the community. If you like to get involved in these events, the Big City Showdown presents the John Lucas III Skills Camp. It is a basketball camp. They're going to be doing some ball handling, 1-on-1 defense, 3-on-2 drills. Some shooting instructions is happening January the 20th, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Las Vegas Basketball Center, as well as the Big City Basketball Showdown. It's going to also be happening January the 21st at the Cox Pavilion, featuring local team powerhouses Foothill, Arbor View, Sierra Vista, Centennial Girls, Coronado, Liberty, and of course Bishop Gorman. And for more information on that event, you can log on to www.bcshowdownlv.com. Speaking of our Las Vegas Aces, they are going to be holding open auditions for their High Roller Dance Squad. Of course, that's kind of their seasoned women's dance squad.
You gonna try them?
I'm not trying out, but our girl Bertha Bogart, she's gonna be trying out. So
Bertha, for real?
Yeah, she's trying out.
How old you got to be, Bob?
You have to be 50 and over.
What?
Yeah. So I'm out.
You ain't
out.
You ain't 50.
Yeah. Of course, they are the official dance
60.
squad of our Las Vegas Aces. Open to ladies 50 and older. It's happening this Saturday and Sunday. If you want some more information, you can log on to www.lasvegasaces.com. / high rollers. Yeah, Miss Bertha, man.
I want to go and root for it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. It's happening at the Raiderettes
Big Kansas City Chief fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So kudos and best of luck to everyone being involved in that. And timing for this event is absolutely perfect. The Clark County School District Family Support Center is going to be offering free sports physicals. It is free to all Clark County School District students. It's happening Monday, January the 23rd, 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and 12:30 to 3 p.m. Parents or guardian must be present for the student to get a physical. It's happening at the Clark County School District Family Support Center, 1720 South Maryland Parkway. For more information, 702-471-0420. We made it, man, to the end of the show. Man. I love it. I like this new cozy home.
Ballin, huh?
Now you did good.
Yeah, I almost cried.
You did good.
I was sweating bullets over here. I was sweating bullets.
You did good, man.
Dude, thank you so much, man.
Absolutely. You'll be amazed at the strength you get.
You are strong, man. I got to give it to you, dude.
I appreciate it. And like I said, it's things like that, the encouragement that you giving that give me that strength. So thank you. Thank you, Ballin. I appreciate it.
For sure. We appreciate you all for tuning in. Make sure you please share our live feed.
Follow us next Wednesday,
on everything on social media at No Plays All Sports Talk. Again, please download our free app It costs you absolutely nothing
Zero.
to take us everywhere you go. We bring you the hottest hip hop, R&B, pop, and I like this. It's the most riskiest talk shows around. Yeah,
it is. I got hooked on Hot.
It is. So download that free app. It is Hot 702.5 FM. We appreciate you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week on another edition of No Plays All Sports Talk. Peace.
Radio right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot702.5fm.com.